there are some chairs. If you want shade, just I want to make sure that everyone can hear. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. An in-person event. Can we believe this? So, welcome to Compass Center's Safe Homes live event. And welcome to our offices here at Henderson Street, because many of you may not realize where we operate from. So these are our offices right behind. If anyone wants to have a coat of paint, then please come, and we need it. I'm Gillian Hare. I'm the board chair of Compass Center. So we have a short program, about 25 minutes for you, which is also being live streamed on Facebook. So we do these things nowadays. The speakers today, I just want to introduce to you who the speakers are. Jeannie Deneau is a board member. She is also the Safe Homes Capital campaign co-chair. We've got Dean Gary Bowen, the Dean of UNC School of Social Work. We have Lauren Clark here, Executive Director of Housing and Community for the town of Chapel Hill. Martin Baucom, Vice President for Development, UNC Health Foundation. And Natalia Ribandenera is our own Compass Center Emergency Housing Coordinator. I also want to give recognition to a couple of key people as guests. Sheriff Blackwood, you didn't know, did you know I was going to mention you? And Chief Blue. And they've been along this journey with us. So thank you very much for being here. So after the speakers have finished, there will be an opportunity for any questions and interviews, particularly if there are any press present. All right, Jeannie, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Welcome, welcome. It is so great to be in the presence of human beings right now. Thank you for coming. This is a very proud and very gratitude-filled moment for all of us at the Compass Center and at the board. And it's so great to look out and see all of these faces, because I know that every one of you had something to do with getting us to where we are today. Thank you for that. I especially want to thank my co-chair, Marilyn Jacobs Pryor. Where did she go? Oh, there she is. Who has taught me so much about what it means to be a part of your community and to take care of your community. So as most of you probably know by now, for 30 years, nearly 30 years, Orange County has been without any kind of emergency housing for victims of domestic violence. The most that the Compass Center could do was to try to find a hotel room for the night, or call a neighboring county to find a scarce bed in a shelter. But we are so proud to say that after our start in 2019, in October of 2020, we opened our very first safe home in the midst of a pandemic. So today I'm happy to share that in total we raised nearly $1 million with this campaign. Our initial goal was $675,000 to fund 3 apartments. We now have enough money to fund 4 apartments, to furnish them and fund all the services for the next 3 years to help our clients get, that's right, help our clients get from crisis to stability, and we are super excited about that. So already we have 3 apartments that are fully furnished and are actually housing clients at this moment. The 4th apartment will come online at the end of this year. And while I can't tell you specifically where the locations are, I will tell you that we are serving clients in Chapel Hill, in Carrboro, and in Northern Orange County. And these apartments truly are beautiful. They're safe, they're warm, they're welcoming. And I want to give a special thank you to someone who couldn't be here today, Lotta, of A Lot of Love, who actually decorated and furnished our first apartment and will do our 4th apartment, and to all of the other volunteers here who helped gather furniture, move in, hang pictures on the walls. Thank you. It truly was a labor of love, and if you'd see these places, you'd feel the same way. There are actually videos on the Compass Center website. If you want to go take a look, we've got pictures of the apartments. Super proud of how they all turned out. But I think what's really important to know is that Safe Homes is so much more than just a place to lie your head at night. The Safe Homes program provides clients with food, with transportation, with case management services, access to things like Compass Center financial planning help, career counseling services, mental health support, support groups, and access and assistance with legal services. A little later this afternoon, Natalia is going to talk with you. She's our emergency housing coordinator, and tell you a little bit about some of the experiences we've already had with clients. But my job today really is simple. I'm just here to say thank you to everyone, all of the individuals and the organizations that took a part in bringing us where we are today. And I'm going to turn it over to Dean Barry Bowen from the UNC School of Social Work, who was with us from the very beginning with a piece of research that was critical in determining the model that we use for our housing.
I'm beginning to question my wardrobe selection today with the suitcase. I think it's a little bit humid for that, perhaps. Let me say, first of all, how pleased I am to be here, and how proud I am to serve as the honorary co-chair of the Safe Homes New Lives Capital Campaign. Indeed a privilege. Thank you for that opportunity. And also, please allow me to add my congratulations for the success of the campaign, $1 million. That's just absolutely incredible. And thank all the donors for your generosity and for your investment in the safety and well-being of our community. I can think of nothing any more important than that. I've been asked to say a few words about the community needs assessment that preceded our decisions about housing options, and I will do so. And I was very pleased to have two of my faculty members, Dr. Rebecca Macy and Dr. Cindy Fraga, who were both experts in the field of interpersonal violence, who conducted that particular needs assessment. Oh, closer. In partnership with many groups here in Chapel Hill, Orange County. And that needs assessment involved a range of activities. It had focus groups and interviews with key community leaders, a community-wide survey, interviews with domestic violence survivors, a search of innovative housing programs. But in all, more than 200 Orange County leaders, professionals, service providers, and survivors participated in the needs assessment project. Let me review just a few of the findings from that project that really laid the foundation for decisions that were made about the options that we're using here in Orange County. First of all, Orange County has a long-standing history of having little or no dedicated housing services for domestic violence victims and their families. Second, as we all know, domestic violence has legal complications as well as serious health, emotional health problems, employment, and economic problems that could persist for decades for victims. And a lack of stable, safe housing only makes such problems worse for families and for victims and their families. Third, dedicated domestic violence housing is an unmet community need in Orange County. That goes without saying. And that's why we're here, to fix that problem. Fourth, traditional shelters may not be the best housing strategy for victims and their families. And last, the last findings, a mix of housing strategies are required to serve the diverse needs of domestic violence victims and their children. And the emergency housing option that we're talking and celebrating today is one such viable option. Let me sum up by just saying that I'm very proud that my School of Social Work is part of this and finding solutions to the community problems that we're facing and part of that solution. And how important housing is as a support service for the victims and their children. Many survivors of domestic violence stay in those relationships because of the lack of viable housing alternatives. And although it's hard to imagine being in a war situation than being in a situation of domestic violence, victims are rational. And often their decision to stay or return from their perspective is a rational decision compared to some of the alternatives like homelessness. So this campaign is all about providing them with those alternatives and creating opportunities for them to escape a pernicious situation. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this community. I love Orange County. I love Chapel Hill. I love the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I'm so happy that we're a partner, a full partners in things that we pursue, like this important mission, and for your work in standing up and delivering and making a difference for victims and their children. School Social Work is proud to be a partner in this endeavor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dean Bowman. Thanks very much for having me here. My name is Mark Crawford. I am the Vice President of Development for UNC, this is my former role, Vice President of Development for the UNC Health Foundation. Prior to that, I was with UNC Mother Comprehensive Cancer Center. I am, the foundation, I should say, is a fundraising arm for UNC Health and the School of Medicine. We support the tripartite mission of research, patient care, and education. I want to bring greetings first and congratulations, and also a real sense of appreciation from our Dean and CEO, Dr. Wesley Burks, who wishes he could be here today. I was very fortunate a couple of years ago when Maryland invited me to attend the event in Hillsborough to learn more about the Compass Center and the Safe Homes campaign. My wife and I went and we were really moved by the stories that we heard that day, and certainly the need that those stories highlight. On behalf of UNC Health, I was further pleased when we were contacted by Maryland to suggest that we might consider partnering. This was an effort we needed to get behind as a large employer in the community. So, you know, I'm used to asking people for money. So Maryland had to be pretty direct with me in asking us to partner, and so we're really pleased to have had that opportunity. And you know, we do consider it an opportunity because it's an initiative, obviously, that is vital to countless individual lives, and certainly to the community that we share with you all. You know, we're not only one of the largest employers here, we're also North Carolina's largest academic health center. And it's fundamentally important to us to be involved here because of our commitment to the health and wellness of the patients and the communities that we serve. Domestic violence, I don't have to tell you all, has a profound and very obvious negative effect on the health of victims. In addition to those immediate health consequences, abused women really understandably suffer disproportionately from chronic stress and the diseases and conditions that stress can engender. And then finally, you know, children who are exposed to domestic violence face very negative health outcomes as well, both in the immediate term and then the longer term. Obviously, long-term mental health consequences of abuse on all victims really immense. Again, we're just delighted as an institution that promotes health and family relationships, provides direct patient care, conducts extensive research into human health, and really employs thousands of people here in this community. We want to thank you all for inviting us to be a part of this opportunity. And you know, I appreciate everything that you all have done, and it's just a wonderful resource for our community. Thank you.
Natty.
I was thinking this was right for my size.
You can turn it.
Hi everyone. Thank you all for being here. My name is Natalia Rivadeneira. I am the Emergency Housing Coordinator for the Safe Homes, New Lives program. I'm here to talk about the impact of the program, about your support, and about how it's been like for us to run this program for almost a year now. I want to start off with an anecdote that very well describes the program. And it's funny because this has happened with every single client we've had so far. We received our first Safe Homes client in the office 7 months ago. They had been in an abusive relationship for an extended period of time with extreme isolation and physical violence. We went over our policy, all the administrative stuff, our services, and we talked about their domestic violence experience. This was, of course, heartbreaking to hear, and it's been with every single client. As we were approaching the end of our meeting, I pulled out the apartment keys and handed over to the client. They looked at me, looking like they didn't fully understand what was going on. They looked around, maybe thinking, is someone going to stop me from receiving these keys? I told them, these are for you. These are the keys for your apartment. And then they said, you sure? You sure these are for me? And then received them, put them next to their heart, and quietly started crying. This has happened with every single client that we've hosted. These keys mean freedom. It means help. It means they have a chance. Most of our clients have had no support, no network, no family members to go to, and more importantly, no strength to move away from the abuse. The best way I can describe the impact of Safe Homes is in the words of our clients. I feel like I can breathe again. I thought no one would ever help me. No one would ever care. But you're helping me. You care. I wanted to share this because none of our clients would have had a chance to escape the abuse if it wasn't for your support. For the amazing donors, volunteers, staff members, community partners that have collaborated with us in making this program a success. Your support has and continues to change people's lives. This first 7 months of running the program has taught us about the various needs and places where clients come from. Every client in this program teaches us more fully how to effectively address their needs and how to support them overcome their trauma. We are extremely happy to say that we are seeing our clients leave Safe Homes knowing that they are worthy, believed, supported, and empowered to achieve their goals. And we will continue working wholeheartedly to support our clients. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. Great to be out and seeing actual faces without masks on, too, which is fantastic. My name is Lauren Clark, and I work for the town of Chapel Hill with the Office for Housing and Community. And I am thrilled to be here to be a part of this day. We remember conversations with Julian and some of her team members about a year or so ago, talking about this idea, and we were looking for ways to support it. And this is a great opportunity to be a part of this great event. The town has a long commitment to affordable housing, as hopefully you all are aware, and we recognize that the group that this Compass Group serves is a particularly difficult group to house, and there aren't very many options in the community. And our goal is to create opportunities for people to thrive, and this program does just that. The Safe Homes program allows people to thrive in this community when they wouldn't have options otherwise. So thank you for that, and thank you for inviting us to be a part of this partnership, and we look forward to what we can do together in the future. I think this is just the beginning of our relationship, and the town is committed to continuing to support your efforts. and we thank you for allowing us to be a part of it.
Thank you for all our speakers, because this is a team effort. None of this is something we can do on our own. So thank you. That's the end of our program. Please feel free to mingle, and there is some water and some cookies, and and a photo. You want a photo of everybody?